I had a request from one of my subscribers, and I'm doing this little series on fiddle tunes, he said, well, I want to hear Old Joe Clark. And, I don't really play Old Joe Clark that much. I know how it goes, I can play it and that kind of thing, but I don't really have like an arrangement for it. So I thought what might be more interesting is to show how I would come up with an arrangement for something like that, for Old Joe Clark specifically. And I don't have an arrangement for it, so we're going to do this like right now on the fly. And I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking or what I'm trying to do as I come up with this way to play it on flat picking guitar, okay? So, Old Joe Clark, First thing I did was think about the song. So the melody, which I know, if you don't know the melody, you go get the sheet music. Go get a Fiddler's Fake Book is great. Try to get something from the fiddle tune. Don't get a guitar arrangement or anything. You want the melody at this point, as close as it's been gotten. No ornamentation, melody. Okay. So the melody, the Old Joe Clark. I'm in A, and I'm tuned to A4 32. So you need to tune down a little bit if you're going to tune to me. 432. I like 432. It just makes your strings a little richer, softer. Easier to play, a little less stress on the guitar. You can retune, okay? Make sure my mic's on. Okay, so the melody, Old Joe Clark. Okay, there's your melody. It's got some little characteristics to it. This little phrase here is a key part of Old Joe Clark. So, to dress that up, okay? Obviously, let's say the first thing I want to think about too is the rhythm of the song. So, say Blackberry Blossom, The Gold Rush. Those tunes are a little bit faster maybe, kind of a flowing thing, Big Skyota. But Old Joe Clark, because it comes so much from an old time music, definitely I want a beat to that thing. I want to keep a certain sort of beat to it. I do not want a bunch of notes like that. I want to keep the feel of the song. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play rhythm for it. So how's it go? So. That's the kind of feel that I'm going to want for Old Joe Clark. I'm going to want that kind of pulse to it, as opposed to say the Gold Rush. The Gold Rush to me is going to be more of a smoother sound. See. It's a smoother sound. So when I play rhythm for the Gold Rush, I'm using a lot of back shuffles. I'm doing. There's a lot of upstroke on there. But on Old Joe Clark, I'm using much more of a downstroke sort of feel, especially on the B part where putting a different kind of feel into it for the rhythm. Much more forceful thing. Okay, so with that in my head, now what kind of feel do I want out of the lead? So the first thing you do is take your melody, and there's some standard tricks you can use. One of those tricks is to slide up into the melody note. The other one is to double the melody note. So see, I'm doubling that. I'm sliding and doubling. And then, the melody note's going to be in the end. I'm going to slide it. So. Okay, so let me slow that down. Okay, so you see what I'm doing there. I'm just bouncing the notes around. I'm still keeping the melody, popping the melody notes in where they need to be. The B part would definitely do a slide. Okay, so that would probably be my intro lead, something like that. There's a basic solo for the first time. A lot of slides, hammer on, pull off, trying to get the pulse that I want for it. Now, the melody's all up here on the B and the E string, which are really wimpy strings. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see what kind of drones can I get going on here. We're in A, so a D note's going to work pretty well for almost anything. These notes open. So your melody goes D. I'm talking in reference to the capo here. So D, a D, E, F, E, D, E, F, E, C, B. Okay? So, here's a D. I'm just looking to see what kind of sounds I might be able to come up with, I'm not going to nail my my arrangement on the first shot, at least not my final arrangement. But, I like the way that is going there. So what I'm doing is I'm transferring the note, that wimpy B string note, up to a G string, which is fatter sound. I can hit it harder. It's got more moxie to it. And I get to play the D note as a drone. I mean, that's got potential, you know. And then I also have, even though I'm putting my finger here, I've also got this B string up here. So what can I do? What is, would that fit in there anyway? You know, it will if you don't make it obvious. If you almost kind of just ghost over it. You see? You keep your right hand moving a little bit more and you got more sound coming out there, so. Okay, so the B part is going to go D, C, B. I'm trying to figure out what I can do, how many fingers I can keep down to do this. How about if we went like this? I think that's got potential. So I'm going to do the slide on the G. And I could even go ahead and pick up the D too. I could do a 2-finger slide. That's a powerful slide, you know. That's a lot better than this. You know, I'm going to keep this together. Bring it back to there and come up to that. That's got potential. Let's see, I like these 2 fingers better. Yeah, I got to make that stretch. That's a little bit of a stretch at the speed I've got to do. So I'm going to like these 2 fingers better. I've got to leave that. Yeah, I like that. I get the extra power of even hitting the open strings like that, so I can go. That lets me shift my hand. I like that. I'm not going to try to do the double slide. I'm going to keep that. That's tricky. I gotta get that. I gotta get that phrase in my head to do it right, but it's there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of an arrangement for Old Joe Clark. So my first break could go. So having kind of roughed all that out, I gotta get some stuff that I like. You know, now I gotta sit down and work on it and get it smooth. You know, I'll probably make some small variations to that sort of thing as I go along, as I see, well, that doesn't work. Maybe that's a little too much noise. You know, that kind of thing. But I think that's the rough outline of what I would do for a break. I like the power of the mid strings, and I can really whop those and boom, get a whop out of it. You know, you're competing with a banjo here, you know, and fiddle, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's look at one more thing here. Now the melody is D, D, E, F, E, D. Well, what if we take a different D here? This D. So we're going to go D, E, F, right? What if we take it down here to the lower string? And then what's my next note? A C and a B. Let's see, so you got to get that right. There it is. So see. D, C, E. Come on, brain. B, D, C, B, D, C, B. There it is. You know, that's almost rock and roll now, isn't it? So one thing here, since I said rock and roll, I can't do it. Too much shot. Okay, so that's getting too complicated now. But I probably will explore the low strings here too to see what, you know, if anything jumps out at me. And there's nothing wrong with taking one of those mid-range breaks and then taking it down on the last outro or whatever, you know. So that right there, that went automatically. All right. Anyway, you see what I'm trying to get at here. is linking one of these and then taking it down into the low section. But again, that's just a matter of, what can you pull off? Can you get good clean tone out of those low strings? Are you a solo guitar player? Are you with the band? Is this going to get lost? I don't know. I know that on guitar, I like the middle strings because to me that's the voice of the guitar. No other instrument has these strings right there. And the more you can stay on these strings, the more guitaristic it'll be. Mandolin, fiddle, they've got the high notes. The bass has got the low notes. So if I can make my solo in the middle of the fretboard like that, I'm going to make it in the middle of the fretboard because that's where the guitar's voice lies. And so as soon as I can get away from this high one, as soon as I can get up into these fatter strings, the more happier I'm going to be. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone, and so I haven't got an actual arrangement for Joe Clark yet, old Joe Clark yet, but I have some ideas. I have some things I'm going to explore. I gave you some ideas of how I come up with those things, and now what it's really going to amount to is me sitting down and playing with old Joe Clark for a while. And by a while, I mean it's nothing for me to sit there and play for 15 minutes, non-stop on a song and flush it out on the go to see what it is that I can actually do. So I'm a believer in starting a song up to speed. So if you start Old Joe Clark off slow, you don't get the flow of Old Joe Clark. To me, it'd be so much better to start it off with a simple melody, about this speed. I keep wanting to do that. I got to get to that B note. Yeah. Okay, but see, that's what I mean by I have to play at the speed, because I got to get the flow at the beat, at that speed. It's like skiing moguls or riding the whoops on a motocross bike, you know. You can go slow and you go like this over each whoop, but that's not how you get them. You've got to get up to speed, skip over the top of them, and you have to get up to speed to do it, because there's a certain rhythm that you have to have at speed, and it changes at speed. So when you go slow, there's a rhythm that you have to do, and when you go faster, there's a different rhythm. And if you try to keep that same rhythm at speed, you can't do it. So that's why I advocate get your ideas roughed out, and then go up to speed, and see if you can do them. Change them a little bit if you have to. No big deal. I saw right away I had a trouble spot with getting that extra note in there. So abandon it. Leave it alone. Abandon it. Do something else. Get the speed, get the rough rhythm down, and then hone in on it. So, okay, all right, that's Old Joe Clark. That gives you some ideas of what I might do, how I come up with all my fiddle tune breaks. And so, now I'm looking at Old Joe Clark and I'm thinking, yeah, that's kind of cool, It's almost a claw hammer, isn't it? I'm almost trying to get that claw hammer feel. Definitely getting those drones. The B is going to clash a little bit, but the D is open. The D works great on that. Yeah. That might be a good break. All right. Bye-bye.